Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate ringsidenews.com. Got your questions as we get closer to WrestleMania 32 or WrestleMania Star, whatever you want to call it, in Texas. Let's get started here. First one today comes from the very loud car in the background, or otherwise known as Philippe STU. What are your thoughts? And he was asking me about Neville versus Jericho. He had a couple of tweets he sent me about that. I've gotten a lot of questions about the Neville injury from Raw and the incident between Chris Jericho and referee Charles Robinson, aka Little Nate. First off, regarding Neville's injury, really unfortunate circumstances. I feel horrible for Neville what happened, him getting hurt in any time, but to be hurt right before WrestleMania, the biggest event of the year, to miss out on that, it has to be heartbreaking for him. And it was really hard to watch that video of him backstage and to see his reaction when they told him he had a broken ankle. Really terrible situation. I feel so bad for the guy. But the good news is that he should be back in about 2 to 3 months, so maybe the end of May, early June, he'll be back in action. Fortunately, if the healing process goes well, he should be back relatively soon. Regarding Jericho, I think that Jericho just showed how professional he is, and being a veteran in the ring, knowing what to do in a crisis situation. He knew that Neville was hurt, and there was miscommunication between Jericho and Charles Robinson, and that kind of thing can happen, but hats off to Jericho for handling the situation like a true pro. Alright, got this question here from DJ Witty. Yo Aaron, please answer in video. Don't you think Undertaker's WrestleMania legacy would take a hit if he takes a second WrestleMania loss, losing to Shane especially? Yeah, that is an issue with having Undertaker take the fall at WrestleMania, that he would be 21-2 or whatever. I could see Undertaker losing his final WrestleMania match, whether that's this year or next year. Now, is Shane McMahon the guy to retire The Undertaker? There's a lot of debate about that, and that is definitely one of the big criticisms to doing Undertaker versus Shane McMahon. Is Shane McMahon really credible enough to beat The Undertaker? I'm very curious to see how WWE goes through with this match and how it ends. I'm really interested to see how they can come up with a finish that will satisfy the majority of fans. I feel once again, and WWE seems to do this so often, they back themselves into a corner, or they book themselves into a corner. Now, this time, they're in a bad situation because of all the injuries, but I really feel that they've done a poor job with this storyline overall. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of shenanigans at WrestleMania and it's not going to have a clean finish. That is my assumption. And I got this question here from the Beast Animal. Hey Aaron, with WrestleMania 32 on the way, will Shane McMahon have help from someone to beat The Undertaker? Please answer in video. I see one of two things happening. I see either The Undertaker just flat out beating Shane McMahon. Well, three things. That's one of them. Second, Undertaker beats the crap out of Shane McMahon and then at the last second puts Shane McMahon over his own body so Shane McMahon can win the match and gain control of Raw. That, I think, could be the finish for the match. Now, the third option, and this is also a possibility, is Shane McMahon wins with some kind of outside interference, which would be weird since he's the babyface. But I could see maybe Vince coming out and he tries to cost Shane McMahon the match, but it backfires. Any number of things. Some sort of interference that causes Undertaker to lose. I would be shocked beyond shocked if Shane beat Undertaker cleanly. Just doesn't seem to me like that would be the right booking decision, to have Undertaker lose clean to a non-wrestler essentially. So we'll see what happens. Alright, this one comes from DJ Adams 18. Should Shane versus Undertaker be the match to close out WrestleMania due to Roman's heat? Please answer in video. Once again, I think it comes down to what kind of finish WWE comes up with for this match, and will it send the fans home happy. I think whatever should close WrestleMania should be something that will satisfy the majority of your fans. Now, you cannot please everybody. That's virtually impossible, but coming up with an ending where most fans will leave happy and glad that they spent the hundreds or even thousands of dollars to go to WrestleMania, and the people watching at home are happy and they feel like spreading the word about WWE and convincing their friends to sign up for the network and all that stuff. You want WrestleMania to have a satisfying ending. Just like when you watch a movie, you want the movie to have a satisfying ending. Last year, Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank. That was a terrific ending. That ending made so many fans happy, and when I was leaving the arena, there was just so much positive buzz in the air. People were just very satisfied with Seth Rollins cashing in and winning Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. That was a great ending for WrestleMania. So I'm hoping WWE comes up with something. Now, if they come up with something for Undertaker and Shane, then that should go on last. If they do come up with something for Reigns versus Triple H, then that should go on last. But my opinion is, whatever closes WrestleMania should be something that will give the fans the satisfaction that they're looking for. Alright, got this one here from Jared J. Smith. Hey Aaron, please answer in video. What do you think of Drew Galloway winning the TNA World title? I'm happy for the guy, and looking at the videos on YouTube and his reaction, I mean, he seems genuinely very touched to be the world champion in TNA. I wish TNA was a stronger brand. I wish that the TNA World title had more value, and if that was the case, the title win would be more important. It just doesn't feel that important because TNA is a blip on the radar screen, and this is probably the first TNA related question I've gotten in several weeks. There's just no buzz about TNA. They have no momentum, and I wish the circumstances were better, but like I said, happy for the guy, and maybe him as champion will help generate more buzz for TNA. I doubt that's the case. I doubt that will be the case, but I'd like to think that maybe fans will start to maybe give TNA another chance, even though I'm sure a lot of fans out there have given TNA several chances, but maybe this will be enough for fans to maybe consider trying to get invested in TNA again. Alright, this one comes from Nathan Broomfield. Do you think that Kevin Owens will be WWE Champion, and when do you see it happening? I'm going to say that the odds are against it happening. I just don't see Kevin Owens being the guy to be WWE Champion. Now, if you had the brand extension, I could see Kevin Owens possibly winning one of the titles, but now that there's only one world title, I would be shocked if he ended up becoming champion. I just feel that he's a guy that Vince is not really high on as being the guy to carry the company. I could see Kevin Owens maybe getting a title shot at some point, but I think he will probably stay in the upper mid-card level. I would be really surprised if he became WWE Champion. Stranger things have happened, but right now I would say it's a long shot. Now maybe if things change, Triple H gets more power, then anything's possible. Alright, this one comes from Isabella. Hey Aaron, with Seth Rollins back in the ring training, do you see him returning in time for Payback or Money in the Bank? Please answer in video. I think it's a good opportunity for Seth Rollins to come back and become a babyface whenever he does return. Now, as far as when he returns, I could see him coming back by Payback or Money in the Bank. I'm sure there's no rush to get him back until he's 100% ready to go. With that being said, there have been clips of him that have surfaced online, and he seems to be in great shape, and he's doing the very physical training to get back into tip-top physical condition. I would expect him to be back sooner than later. He's Seth Rollins. He's a machine, and like I said, when he does come back, whether it's Payback or Money in the Bank, I would expect that to be the time frame. Probably the May or the June pay-per-view. When he does come back, I'm hopeful he comes back as a face and has a run potentially as the top guy in the company. That's at least what I would like to see happen. Alright, this one comes from Visho. Hey Aaron, if Seth made an early return now that he is in-ring training, do you see WWE seeing him in Cena standards? Please answer in video. I think that the fact that Seth Rollins has worked so hard to get back into the top shape that he was in before he got hurt, I mean, that's definitely going to help him. His comeback is going to give him more momentum with the WWE bosses and the people that are running the company. As long as he doesn't keep getting injured. If it becomes a recurring problem and he keeps getting hurt, that might hurt his chances. But the fact that he's coming back pretty soon, and I think he'll be just as good as he was before, I think that that will be a sign that WWE will invest more in him to see that he is a guy that is reliable physically, not just being there and having a good attitude, but also his body being able to hold up. If he's able to do that, come back and be able to work at the rate he was before, that will definitely help him. And maybe WWE will eventually go all the way with him as being the number one babyface in the company, like a John Cena. I mean, certainly a possibility if he can come back and he can keep going at the rate he was in the past. Alright, this one comes from Dylan Donald. Hey Aaron, do you think that with only one world title that it makes it almost impossible to break Cena and Flair's record? It is certainly going to make it more difficult now that there's only one world title, and it's not like the old days where WWE would change the title every couple weeks or every pay-per-view. I mean, even as late as 2009 and 2010, there were periods where they were changing the world title on a monthly basis almost for both titles. But now it's a different landscape, and WWE doesn't have the title change all that often. When somebody wins the title, they usually keep it for half the year or even longer. And I could see at some point WWE wanting to have someone break CM Punk's record, which is not the all-time record. I want to correct myself on previous comments and other videos. CM Punk has the record for the modern era, going from 1984 to the present. Obviously, Bruno held the title way, way longer than CM Punk, but I think WWE still would like to have somebody have a longer title reign than CM Punk. So I would be shocked if somebody comes close to beating Cena's or Flair's record anytime soon, if ever. Alright, this next one comes from Zubair. Would Sting's in-ring career would have been better off not competing in WWE to make him known as one of the top guys who never did? That is really hard to say. I think that Sting, from a financial standpoint, did things the right way. He got as much money as he could out of Dixie Carter, and once that dried up, he took the WWE offer. And once he signed with WWE, he got to work WrestleMania, he got his DVD, he's going into the Hall of Fame. By going to WWE, Sting has made it so a larger audience will remember him. So in that regard, his legacy will be remembered by more people because he has a working relationship with WWE, and WWE dominates the industry. If Sting had never come to WWE, I think that the fans that grew up with Sting would feel his legacy was better not going to WWE, but on the other side, you would have more fans not remembering Sting and a new generation not being able to be familiar with Sting like they are now since he's affiliated with the company. Alright, got this one here from James. Hey Aaron, couldn't fit all of it into a normal tweet. And his question is, it's rumored that the Styles Clash is banned due to the injury to Yoshitatsu. Do you think it's fair Samoa Joe can still use the Muscle Buster after Tyson Kidd's injury? Please answer in video. Well, first off, the Styles Clash is not officially banned. The report is that they would prefer if he uses the forearm off the ropes as his finisher instead of the Styles Clash and the submission hold as his other finisher, rather than doing the Styles Clash, because there's some people that feel it's too dangerous of a move. My opinion on it is any move can hurt anybody at any time, and there are a lot of dangerous moves that are done, like the pile driver, that for periods of time get banned, but then they get unbanned and people still do them. that's just the reality of the wrestling business. Guys can get hurt at any time. No matter how safe you are with the moves, people can still get hurt. And AJ Styles has done a lot of Styles clashes over the years, and only a few people have gotten hurt from it. So it's just a matter of being safe with the move and hoping for the best, but you cannot guarantee safety 100% of the time. Alright, that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you check out my other videos. Check out my video with Jeff Meacham, our fantasy booking of WrestleMania 32. Also check out The Scoop and the other videos. And stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest regarding WrestleMania. And I will see you guys next time.